Okay, we're doing this. What's up, everyone? My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Wednesday, January 15th, middle of January, college basketball season. We're holding it down so far, right? Some days are up, some days are down. You know that's going to happen. Overall, things have been pretty good so far throughout January. Full game lines, team totals, second halves, and everything. Shout out to everyone. I started this one a little bit early because there's 3 6:30 Eastern time games that I want to look at as far as the halftime lines are concerned. Then we got a whole bunch of 7 o'clock Eastern time games coming up. I gave a bunch of full game pregame, full game plays on the 6:30 and 7 o'clock games. A bunch of things I'm liking, I think, from the 8 o'clock, 8:30, and 9 o'clock games. We will get to that in a moment. You know, it's the middle of the week. We'll do a little bit more joking around on Mondays and Fridays, right? Wednesday, right now, just straight intensity. This is what we're doing. Trying to build things up, trying to have a little bit of fun. Not exactly sure what we're doing, but it's definitely been fun so far. Shout out to everyone. Ron Lofton, Jesse Nemeth, Tito Banton, we few, we happy few. We few, we happy few. I'll remember all of you, every single one of you, forever. I know who is here. In the beginning, Tito Banton viral video. Dear Slayerski, Noli knows. Noli knows. I'll quickly tell you, you said, after changing my mind 100 times about the unders that I was liking, it turned out later that there were a few others I was liking from the 7 o'clock games, I think. UMass St. Bonaventure, interesting. Good one. No, that was not it. St. Bonaventure, obviously, a tough defensive-oriented team. Slow down. I kind of like the under on that one, but I didn't bet it, and that one I think is a little bit tricky. Miami, NC State, yes, that was one of them. Very good. I got the I actually missed the 155 opener. I did get the 153.5 opener. The 153.5 overnight line. I know that NC State can play a high-paced, frenetic style that can lead to a lot of scoring and a lot of chances. But both these teams are a little bit shorthanded right now. They're rotating 7 guys and a little bit banged up. And I did take the under on that one, and that has since gotten bet down from when I took it, 153.5. The other one was kind of just sort of a standard underplay. Nothing that really jumps out at you as being like huge value, but solid, modest value. Kind of the kind of play that has Noli knows under written all over it, and it was a Tulsa ECU under 138. A little bit surprised that you didn't come up with that one, just because it's a sort of classic style of underplay that you tend to like, Noli knows. So that was the other one that I had in mind when I made that post, which now seems like hours ago. Let's see, what else do we have here? We do have the second half games coming up in a second. I wanted to get to some as many comments as possible. Let's see. Viral video. St. Joseph's game under. That's an interesting one too. We'll talk about that one. Yes, I do like the under on that one. Yes, I do. I do like the under on that one. Trap House says, I didn't see Northwestern's second half play, so yesterday was Killer Pete. Yes, it was. Trap House 6-1 yesterday, as well as a bunch of the plays that I talked about, but was a little bit gun shy about giving, also cashed. And the Northwestern game wasn't a disaster. Standard. 2 plays, one of them won, one of them lost. The one that lost was a little bit higher rated. All right, fine. Hundreds of plays. College basketball every month in college basketball, to say nothing of the entire season. All right, I am ready. All right, viral video. Rutgers looks good right now. Yes, that was one of the games that I mentioned in my tweet about the 7 o'clock games. Okay, let's again. We'll quickly look at the 6:30 halftime lines, 3 games, and then we'll talk about the later games. Then we'll get to comments. Then we'll look at all the 7 o'clock halftimes, and who knows what we're going to be doing an hour and a half from now, or an hour 15 minutes from now. I might be dead tired. Or I might have caught a second or third wind. I might be elated about plays that are looking great, depressed about plays that are looking terrible. Who knows what's going to happen an hour from now? But right now, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the 3 6 o'clock games. Wow, Seton Hall. All right. So Seton Hall now losing, but the team total still looking live. The over I had is looking okay. Kentucky was another one that I liked. I did mention I liked Kansas yesterday. I did wind up taking Kansas, not full game, but on the second half, I almost tweeted that out. That was a big play for me. Again, it was one of those big money lines. That's why I didn't tweet it out, because I feel funny about doing that. I liked Kentucky as well, but I didn't I didn't want to tweet that out, because if it lost, I would have looked like the biggest square idiot in the world. But I definitely like Kentucky. The Virginia-Florida State game, I passed on. Creighton-Georgetown, I passed on. All right, let's look at let's bring up all these sheets and get ready to look at these halftime lines. Hold on. Everything I do here, SEO, graphics, production, capping, entertainment, analysis, hosting, all of it. Doing it all myself. Set design, all this I did myself. All of it. The papers, the boxes, everything. All of it I did myself. Syracuse under, I tweeted that one out. That was one of my plays that I liked. Seton Hall Butler game, okay. Not looking ideal first half, but, anything can happen in college basketball second half, as we know. That's just hanging in there. Let's look at the other games that have gotten underway here. Chattanooga beating Wofford. Talked about that in my tweet. I like Chattanooga +2. Couldn't understand why they were a dog, which makes me nervous. Doesn't make me think, great, they should be a favorite. I'll bet them. It makes me think, I think they should be a favorite. The market is not making them a favorite, which means there's something I am not aware of, usually. Although, what happened yesterday, right? Talked about DePaul and Mississippi State. The DePaul line I liked, and that moved in my direction. Mississippi State, I told you all about it, right? Do you remember? You guys remember? You were watching yesterday? Mississippi State, I said I liked it at 4. I bet it on the overnight at 4. We were doing the show, it was down to 2.5. So someone disagreed with me. Market disagreed with me, but I stuck to my guns. People asked me if I liked it at 2.5. I was like, yeah, if I liked it at 4, still like it at 2.5. And so these market moves are, as I talked about in discussing that game, these college basketball line moves, especially this year, I'm taking with, a little bit of a grain of salt, a half grain of salt, not a full grain of salt, but a half grain of salt. Miami, NC State, under. I tweeted that one out. I did. Citadel, interesting there. Rutgers, pounding Indiana so far. That's good. Nice to see. All these 7 o'clock games I'm talking about now, you don't have to take my word for it because they are in a big tweet that I made. You can go see it. I hope you all caught it. All right, so the Seton Hall Butler game should have a halftime line very soon. And then we'll talk about the 8 o'clock games, which do have some lines, bunch of lines that I'm kind of liking. Once again, anytime you see an edge that you think you're seeing solidly, the next question immediately, knee-jerk reaction. Knee-jerk reaction is, well then, why is the market where it is? And, it's unlikely that I'm right in the entire world, the market is wrong. Although, as we know, that's where the edges come from. So you have to decide, all right, I'm going to conclude that. All right, here we go. Butler, Pick'em, and 70. Let's look at this line. All right, focus. Focus again. Okay. Yeah. All right. The numbers do like, yeah, you can probably guess it. My numbers like Seton Hall here at Pick'em. Not massively, but they like it. They do like it. All right, I'll make it a pick. Seton Hall Pick'em. Seton Hall Pick'em. And that is, the numbers say medium. It's not a big play, but it is medium or, borderline medium big. But it is medium. All right, we'll just grade it medium for now. Seton Hall Pick'em, graded medium. Graded medium. Official play. Total is 70. The numbers like, the numbers like the Seton Hall team total over as well. They do, just a bit. All right, we'll make that one a play as well. That's going to be medium small. Seton Hall, starting off right off with picks. Seton Hall team total over. 35, medium small. Again, Seton Hall Pick'em medium. That's borderline medium big. And the team total over 35, medium small. Yeah. That's even borderline medium, but we'll make it medium small for now. Let's see. And the total of 70. Yeah, very, very, very slight lean to the over on that one, but not bettable. Very slight lean to the over on that one. Plays Seton Hall Pick'em, medium and over 35, graded medium small. Let's quickly look at the Syracuse game. Again, classic example of a game that I liked and bet pregame. I tweeted it out, liked the under, and here it's probably going to be a pass second half. And if I didn't have the under, I would be annoyed that I roughly had a good read on this game and didn't take advantage of it. But thankfully, I did bet the under and tweeted it out. And anyone who saw that tweet and tailed it also has it. Numbers like numbers, nothing really. Slightly into the under and Syracuse team total under. But no. Not going to not going to make that one an official play either. Borderline bettable play on the under at 70, but I'm definitely not going to bet that one myself, and I'm not going to recommend it as a play, and not going to make it an official play either. And a very small lean to the Syracuse team total under at 35.5 as well. So far, only the Seton Hall and Butler games have official plays. What's the third game? Let's look at that one again. Yeah, the Kentucky game. Okay, that's coming down the pike. We'll look at that one in a moment. Again, Seton Hall graded medium, the borderline medium big, and the team total medium small, borderline medium. When I'm doing this in private, I tend to, go a grade higher on my official plays. Publicly, I just, I'm just gun shy. AIPP here, baby, and I just tend to lean to a smaller grade, not out of prudence, purely out of cowardice. That's all it is. That's all it is. Reason the reason Seton Hall right now is graded medium, but not medium big, is not out of some strategic, conservative, unit bet sizing. It's just cowardice. That's all it is. But I guess it evens out if I'm equally cowardly on every single pick. Then I guess it does somehow even out relative to each other, not relative to my private plays. But all right, so again, Seton Hall, pick a medium, the over 35, medium small. I'm wondering how my neurosis on all these plays, comes across and plays out as far as the ratings and entertainment value is concerned. Is it entertaining or annoying? Probably some find it, entertaining, some find it annoying. But I wonder if on balance it's good for ratings or not. If it's bad for ratings on balance, I'll stop. I'm not doing it on purpose, but I realize it's something that I'm doing. All right, let's look at any comments that are coming in. Eric Rosas, Syracuse team total under 73.5. I assume you're talking about a full game live play there. My numbers say that is, very small. That would be, according to the numbers, a tiny but, justifiable bet. I'm not betting it. I have a full game play on the under, sizable full game play on the under as far as my bankroll is concerned. So I'm off the game, and I'm going to cash it unless insane crap happens in the second half, which of course is par for the course in college basketball, right? You know that. There would have to be 87 points scored in the second half for this one to lose or to push, and that is absolutely not out of the question in college basketball. Absolutely not. Watch basketball day in and day out for half a year, and you will understand. Okay, let's see. Noli knows. Shout out to you. G, what's up to you? Leonard Porsche, Seton Hall, second half money line. Yes, that's a play, official play. Pick 'em. I graded it medium, borderline medium big. And also the Seton Hall team total over 35, graded at medium small, borderline medium. Scott Letty, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let's see. Coco Bongo, what's good? I tailed BC Syracuse under once I see Noli and Pete both on it. Yes. I thank you, Coco Bongo. But if you see Noli on something, I guess that is, and me on it. Absolutely. The BC Syracuse game was classic. BC, and I this is not 2020 hindsight because I tweeted out the pick before the game. Of course, in order to beat a zone, you have to have outside shooting, and BC does not have that at all. And I'm not saying that just because they only scored 13 points in the first half. That was a primary reason why I like to play so big before the game. And then, of course, if Syracuse gets out to a big lead, they're not going to be needing to strategically speed up the pace. They can just rest on their big lead. BC terrible from outside, and that's exactly what you don't want to see when going up against a defense like Syracuse. And that's why this play was particularly good. Teams that can shoot over the zone will tend to have the same kinds of totals as this game with BC, upper 130, stuff like that. Those are the teams you have to be careful of, and be careful about taking unders with Syracuse. But when Syracuse is at home, right, going up against a team like BC with their standard type total in the 130s. No-brainer play. I'm sure that Noli knows saw that. That's what I was seeing as well. Okay. Shout out to Ryan Kozlowski, Leonard Porsche. Let's see. Other comments coming in. Shout out to Mr. Gokster. Heavy hitters in early tonight. Look at that. Mr. Gokster, the heavy hitters usually come in late because they've got more important shit to do, which I understand. You got to do the more important shit that you got to do. But I'm used to seeing Mr. Gokster late. Shout out to you, Mr. Gokster, early here. Shout out to Sean B. Once again, all the minor conference games tonight, probably just going to completely ignore. On the days when there's fewer games, I will get to them. Of course, Monday was a very successful day overall. But when there's too many games, you have to choose your battles, right? Where's that from? The Art of War, right? Choose your battles. Don't bite off more than you can chew. It all means the same thing. Stay focused. Know thyself. All of it means don't go crazy. Georgia beating Tennessee. Game's not over, but nice to see, obviously. Let's see what else is going on here. Chattanooga beating Wofford. There you go. Nice to see. Miami, Florida game under, going low scoring. Nice to see. Citadel hanging tight. Nice to see. ECU game, not super slow scoring, but that's okay. Rutgers is up. Nice to see. Okay. Indiana State, that was another play that I gave. The opener was 141. I missed that. Perfectly fine to admit that. I got it at 138. When I tweeted it out, it was 137, but I still liked it anyway. That one is looking modest scoring as well. Mercer, there you go. Look at that. High scoring game, but Mercer's getting beat. In that one, I liked VMI a bit, and I like the under 144 a bit, but both of them a little bit iffy. I like VMI more. So for the play that I gave out publicly, it was just the Mercer team total under. Furman, Western Carolina, a little bit slow pace, but we'll see how it winds up. All right, I'm just looking at games here. All right, the Kentucky game should be up soon. Let's see. Kentucky minus 271. Let's look at this. Shout out to everyone. We happy few of my regular viewers here. All right, let me just okay, hold on. All right, just give me a second here. Well, the second half lines actually like South Carolina here, despite the fact that pregame I was high on Kentucky, and they are rolling here. Yeah, they like South Carolina here. Nothing crazy, but solidly. Pregame says pass. Regular viewers of the show know I have two ways of looking at these games: the pregame analysis and the second half line in light of the pregame analysis, and then the second half line in light of the halftime analysis. I usually like them to be going in the same direction, but if one's a pass and one is fairly strong in one direction, that's usually a play. Yeah, lines like in the numbers overall, like in South Carolina here, a little bit at +2. All right, I'll make it a play. It's tough. We'll make it a play. I'm having a little bit more balls tonight, if you notice. That could come back to bite me. We'll see. South Carolina +2. And that is small or medium small. And I'll grade it medium small. Don't know why I'm going on that one a little bit higher than this one again. Borderline small or medium small. Grade it medium small. South Carolina +2. Again, Seton Hall Pick'em was medium, although that could have been medium big. Team total over 35 was medium small, although that could have been medium. Once again, I have so much stuff on my plate. I am planning still on making a video where I show my screen and show you exactly how all these units and gradings work. It's not that complicated, but just to make it crystal clear, you know what I mean? Because transparency is regular viewers of my videos know. Going back to day one, that has been one of the most important things about that I've valued in my career. There's a lot of people who aren't like that for good reason. There's a lot of people who claim to be like that, but actually aren't like that, again, for good reason. As far as their long, careers are concerned, I can certainly understand it. It's just not how I've chosen to be. All right, so South Carolina +2 medium small is an official play. Wow, the Syracuse line dropped to 69. Yep. After 70. 70 was a justifiable play. Again, the Syracuse team total under. Slightly justifiable. And we'll see how this all turns out. Wow, it's already 7:32. Shout out to you, Gerardo Hernandez, Randy Carell, Big Ragu, Matt Turns. Goddamn glad to listen to you again. Peter, you are the man. Thank you very much, Matt Turns. You are the man too, by the way. Just FYI. Let's see. Other comments. I'm looking at this. Dear Slayer Ski Pete, thank you for tweeting those looks. Yeah, I tweeted out if I do my analysis of a card and I'm like, I feel overall okay about these plays as a group. Whatever. I'll tweet them out. All right. Once again, Rich G, shout out to you. God, here we go. Okay, once again, looking at these. Yeah, Seton Hall, pick them. Easily could have been medium big, but I graded it medium. Team total over. Very slight but unbettable lean to the over at 70. Now it's down to 69.5. South Carolina +2, medium small. And the total on that one actually, is nothing. Didn't even look at the total on that one. Yeah, actually, numbers like the South Carolina team total over 34.5, a little bit as well. But the pregame lines, the pregame analysis, the pregame numbers say pass on that. So I am going to pass on that. But that would be, the numbers are indicating that has a little bit of value as well. South Carolina over 34.5. Yeah. I'll just stick to 2, though, of course, because they're highly correlated, right? And you have to be very careful when you're bet sizing. If you're doing, real appropriate money management, you have to be aware of the bets that you're making that are correlated. Wow, now it just jumped to 35. Yeah, people hitting the over in this South Carolina-Kentucky game. The numbers do like the over a little bit, actually. My pregame numbers say pass on that. Halftime numbers do like the over, actually. They do. That would be a justifiable play as well. The over, 71. Oh, now it's up to 71.5. Wow, look at that. South Carolina +2, team total over would be justified. All right, let's. I do want to look at the games that are coming up later on before the halftime lines come in. So let's just stop it right there. Again, yeah. Syracuse games, the Seton Hall lines could be bumped up a half notch. South Carolina team total 34.5, now up to 35. And Syracuse on the under at 70 and the team total under at 35.5 would have been slightly justified as well. I make my official plays, but I share my thought process as well, which I think is another essential part of this show. Tell me if you agree or not. Let's see what's going on here. Can I screen the rest of the game by forehead? Yeah, I got a big forehead. Perfect. I got a big ass forehead. I know that. All right, let's look at the 8 o'clock games. I'll tell you what I bet. I don't even know how these lines have moved, but I'll share it with you. I did take the Iowa State game is interesting. I did take a shot with the Iowa State team total over. I liked Iowa State +10.5. Now that's down to 8.5. I also had a slight lean to the over 140, though, and that has gotten bet down. Not a great spot for Baylor, I don't think, and a sneaky good spot for Iowa State. I took Iowa State at +10.5 and a little bigger on the team total over. Moving down the line, South Dakota and North Dakota State. I like the over on that one at 142.5. I don't understand why this line is where it is. 142.5. I thought the line should be at least 146 or so. 148 maybe, 142.5. Don't understand why it was that low, but I hit it. South Dakota, North Dakota State over 142.5, and I also hit the North Dakota State team total over. Slightly into North Dakota State at -6.5 as well, and I took the North Dakota State team total over at just 74.5. They should probably be able to, should be relatively a decent pace here, and North Dakota State should have an edge and put up a bunch of points. 74.5. North Dakota State team total over. I took it. Don't know where it is now. And the over 142.5. I took that one. North Dakota and San Diego State. I also like the over on that one. A bit less though. That was 146 I got. That was a smaller play, but I liked the over there. And I also liked the North Dakota team total over as well. And that I got at 69. Again, I like that one less, a lot less than the North Dakota State team total over, but I like North Dakota over 69 a little bit, and the over 146 in that game, less so. Bradley, Missouri State. I took Missouri State -2. Missouri State, of course, was the preseason favorite to win the MVC, and they've underachieved this year, similar to Davidson. In the Atlantic 10, not as bad as Davidson, not quite as bad as Davidson's underachieved, but they've definitely underachieved. They're kind of sluggish. My stats say they should improve, though. They have some fundamentals that indicate that are nice to see. Bradley is obviously a strong team. I think Bradley was the preseason choice to come in second in the MVC. You know, they're a tough team in general. I've been, betting on Bradley or their team total overs, but that's why the line is so small. And I took Missouri State -2. That's another play I took. St. John's at Providence. Interesting game. Obviously, Providence turned it around in a major way. I took the over 140.5 just a little bit, and bigger, I took the St. John's team total over. Small lean to St. John's +5. I took the over 140.5 a little bit, and the St. John's team total over I took at 68. Or 67.5, I think. St. John's team total over. I took a shot with that. Notre Dame and Georgia Tech, another interesting game. Small lean to the over, a little bit of a bigger lean to Notre Dame, and I took the Notre Dame team total over also. 66. Notre Dame team total over at 66. I kind of like that one. I like Notre Dame as well in this one, but the team total over a bit more. Vanderbilt and Arkansas. Small lean to the under at 146. I did hit that one a little bit, under 146. Vanderbilt is in a world of hurt right now. And Arkansas, could run up the score. Not sure if they will. I like the under 146. Vanderbilt is really banged up. You got to feel for Jerry Stackhouse. Tough spot for them. They'll probably have some rebound spots in the future, probably at home. They might be they might have some value as a big home dog in upcoming weeks. I don't think this is a spot for them, though, and I took the under at 146. Wichita State Temple. Look at the drama. Look how good I am at creating drama, right? You get that? I took Temple. Yes, I did. I took Temple at +4.5. Wichita State, obviously the better team. Temple, a flawed team, underachieved, coming off some bad performances. But I think they're going to be they should, if they're smart, change up their style of play a little bit here. Get a little bit grittier. Could easily see this one going down to the wire. Wichita State winning by 2 or 3, or an outright win by Temple. But I took that one 4.5. Again, there's just one play. If Wichita State wins by 20, I'll be like, okay, I was wrong. But I did take Temple +4.5, and a small shot with a Temple team total over at 66.5. Other plays I took a shot with UTSA and UTEP under 142, and a bigger shot with the UTEP team total under at 74. It's a rivalry game. I also like UTSA +6. My bets though were UTEP under 74 and the full game team full game under at 142. Boise State and Air Force. Interesting game. I think this is a good spot for Boise State. They didn't travel back to Boise. They stayed after their last loss, kind of regrouped. Air Force, quality team. Obviously, it's tough to play there. Air Force is obviously a lot higher scoring this year, and a sneaky team at home. But Boise State, obviously, as many teams do against Air Force, should have a big height advantage, a big rebounding advantage. I think they'll be well prepared for this game to take advantage of it. I like Boise here, the over, and the Boise team total over, I think is a solid play as well at about 75 or so, 74.5 or 75. So again, Boise -1, the over 148.5, and better, the Boise team total over at about 74.5. And then the New Mexico-Colorado State game, under 153.5. I took that one. New Mexico lost their leading scorer in their last game. Not quite sure how they're going to respond. These Mountain West games can sometimes go unexpectedly super high scoring, 80 points a half, and in that case, this game will go over. But I did take a shot with the under on that one at 153.5. So again, to review, and then we'll get to the halftime lines. Again, what did I like here? Iowa State, team total over. North Dakota State, South Dakota, over 142.5, and the North Dakota State team total over. Smaller, San Diego State and North Dakota, over 146, and the North Dakota team total over. Missouri State -2, San Jose State team total over, and over 140.5 in that one. Notre Dame team total over. Vandy, Arkansas, under at 146, although I think that line might have gotten bet down. Temple, +4.5, small on the Temple team total over. And the UTEP team total under, and under 142 in that one. Boise State team total over, and then Boise in the over on that game. And New Mexico, Colorado State under 153.5. We've covered a lot today. In these last 10 minutes, we've covered a lot. I hope that you caught all of that. If not, I hope you caught as much as you possibly could. Let's see. Alex Quayle says he likes Vanderbilt team total under. Yes. I think it's just a low team total. I'm not sure what's going to happen at the end of that game. If the game doesn't go under, I definitely wouldn't want the Vanderbilt team total under. So I think it's safer just to take the full game under. But yes, Vanderbilt team total under is also a play that I liked it. Okay, let's see. All comments coming in. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Viral Video. Okay, I just shouted out a whole lot of, Cheesehead says, hit that like button to show your love for Pete. Yes, thank you very much. Do it all. Retweet. Tell your family. Tell your friends. Tell your coworkers. Tell your students. Tell everyone you know. Tell your fraternity brothers. Everyone you know. No, I don't know. Do it. Yes. Thank you very much. Shout out to you, Jake Bell. All right. I'm a little bit, I'm in the zone right now. College basketball zone. All right, let's look at the halftime lines, see if anything is coming up here yet. Shout out to everyone. It's all love. There's going to be a lot more love and jokes on Friday when the schedule isn't so intense. Chattanooga Wofford. There we go. Let's look at that one. That one is out. Chattanooga. Well, look at that. Chattanooga up by 23. Wow. I like Chattanooga at +2. If you had given me Chattanooga -12 at -110, no way I would have taken that. Look at that. Unbelievable. Look at that. See, we knew it, didn't we? What was the market thinking? How could the market have been wrong and we were right? I don't know. Pride goeth before the fall. All right. +4.5 and 72. Let's chill out and focus here. The numbers like pregame say pass, halftime also says pass. Nothing really on this one. Again, this is a type of game, bet Chattanooga full pregame, and now nothing on this halftime, and just let it go, and hope that the halftime cashes. Jesse Nemeth, thanks for your info. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Jesse Nemeth. I really do appreciate your comments. I do. I hope you appreciated it. I mean, I hope you got it all, because we covered a lot of games. I try to repeat myself, not because I'm trying to annoy people. It's because I know certain people tune in and tune out at different times. I want to make sure everyone watching gets the information, so I do it. And then repeat it 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, just in case someone new's coming in and they haven't been able to hear it all. All right, so this one, side is a pass. Although as it creeps up, Chattanooga +5 becomes more appealing according to the numbers, but no, it's going to be a pass. Total is also a pass. Total is also a pass. And we'll move on. A lot of other games coming down the pike here. A lot of other games. Need to focus. Eastern Tennessee and Indiana State. Let's look at those. Let's look at those. Indiana State blowing Evansville out. Of course, all kinds of problems for Evansville this year. Problems with their coach, problems with personnel. This is another one that, my read on the game pregame seems to have been pretty accurate, and the halftime lines might not give us anything. Western Carolina, Furman, interesting. Okay. Indiana State -470. Let's look at that. Indiana State -470. Got to focus. Yeah, the numbers are probably not going to like anything on this. Well, they actually like, God, this is ugly. They like Evansville +4 just a little bit. That's ugly, but they like it. I don't know if I can take that. But if the numbers say it, maybe I have to. All right, we'll make Evansville +4 a play, -115. Evansville +4, -115. This one is small or medium small. This is ugly. This is really ugly. Small or medium small. I'll grade it medium small. The numbers like it. My gut hates it just because Evansville is such a pig of a team right now. Coaching issues, personnel issues. My play on this one was the under, which is looking obviously very good. But the numbers like Evansville a little bit, so we'll make it a play. Even medium small, Evansville +4, -115. See what else we got. The total of 70. Nothing really. Very, very slight lean to Indiana State under 37. But even that is almost unbettable. The numbers actually say, I'm telling you what the numbers say. You know what I'm saying? The numbers actually have a slight lean to Evansville over 33, -115. I don't like that at all, but I'm just telling you what the numbers say. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm a media personality repeating war propaganda, right? I'm just telling you what the press release says. This is what I was told. I'm just repeating what I was given. I'm just telling you what the numbers say here. Evansville +4 is a play, medium small, and over 33 -115. Sorry, I didn't mean to get political there. I never want to get. I'm so unpolitical. I don't even know who the president is intentionally. So that if people ask me, "What do you think of the president?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know who it is, so I can't answer. Didn't mean to get political there. Over 33 -115. Let's see. Okay, over official play is Evansville +4. All right, let's look for other plays there. Other halftime lines coming up. Fordham, Duquesne, Furman, Western Carolina, and the Citadel. All right, these plays are all here. Furman -4 and 80. Let's look at that. Furman -4 and 80. Small lean to the over at 80 is what the numbers say. Small lean to Western Carolina, team total over at 38 is what the numbers say. It's tough. The edges are very small in all these games. And a small lean to Western Carolina at +4. All of them small. I could give them all out or none of them. They're all borderline. Yeah, that's what the numbers like. Nothing crazy, but they like it. All right, we'll give Western Carolina team total over 38 as an official play. We'll give that one. That's an official play. And that one is small or medium small. We'll grade it small. Western Carolina over 38 graded small. Numbers also like 80 and Western Carolina +4, just a little bit. We'll make Western Carolina +4 an official play as well. And that will be graded medium small. Western Carolina +4 medium small. And then they also like the over 80 just a little bit as well. But I'm not going to make that a play. Over 80 is what the numbers like just a little bit. All right, let's look at Citadel +7.5 and 76.5. Citadel +7.5 and 76.5. Interesting. Numbers, wow. This one is tough. Numbers all over the place a little bit. Pre-game lines, pre-game numbers say pass. Halftime actually likes Greensboro a little bit. That makes me nervous, but I'm just telling you what the numbers say. Art and a science. Longtime viewers of this show know that this is an art and a science. Right, let's look at Samford and Eastern Tennessee State. Let's skip to that one. 7.5 and 75. Ugh, God, another one of these big money lines. I hate that. Numbers actually slightly do recommend a play on Eastern Tennessee State at -450, but there's no way I'm going to give that one out. But that's what the numbers say. ETSU -450, small value there. Believe it or not. I'm just telling you what they say, and they could be wrong. All right, let's move on to other stuff. Fordham Duquesne. Let's try to find some more solid values somewhere, one way or another. Fordham Duquesne, that's interesting. Yup, George Mason, George Washington. I like George Washington. I like the under, and I gave the George Mason team total under as one of my tweeted plays. You will notice. Duquesne -12 and 67. Probably not going to be a play here. Let's see if there's anything. Again, these lines are tough to beat. Some people make it look easy. It's not. You have to be very careful. A lot of borderline stuff. Fordham Duquesne. Nothing on that one. Let's look at other. Let's look at some other games. Maybe the Virginia Florida State game. Not even going to check that right now because there's so many on the slate. Want to see what else has come up. The Georgetown game. We're going to look at that in a second. The NC State game is up. All right, George Washington 3.5 and 70.5. Let's look at that one. 3.5 and 70.5. Yeah. They like George Mason here. And even though it's a big money line, I'm going to make this one a play. The numbers like it. George Mason -205. I'm just telling you what the numbers say. George Mason -205. That's an official play. Big or medium big borderline. I'll grade it medium big. George Mason -205. Medium big. And that's borderline. That could even be a big play justified. The numbers like it. What else do the numbers say here? Slight lean to George Washington team total under at 33.5 minus 105. Again, just telling you what the numbers say. George Mason money line minus 205, graded medium big. That's an official play. That's also borderline big. Numbers like it. Numbers like it. Total slightly into the over at 70.5. And yeah, the George Washington team total under at 33.5 is a borderline play. I'm not going to give that one, but the numbers would say that is a justifiable play. Indiana State, St. Peter's. Let's take a look at that one. Let's take a look at St. Peter's. A lot of these MAC games can have great value. We're going to try to catch every bit of every game that we can. Wow, so there you go. St. Peter's is down. Let's see what the numbers say here. What's the line here? St. Peter's minus 1.5, 145. Interesting. Nothing really. Slightly into St. Peter's, minus 145 or so. I'm not going to make that a play. And very slightly into the Fairfield team total under as well. Like 30.5. But we're going to move on. I want to catch the Georgia game. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, gosh. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's look at the Georgia game. Let's look at, oh, God, South Carolina not doing well. All right. Still early, but okay. Georgia blowing them out. Nice. That was another one of my pregame plays. And then, all right, we're going as fast as we can here. Going as fast as we can to get whatever we can. To give out whatever we can. But again, you cannot force it. You can't bite off more than you can chew, and you cannot force it. Or you could force it, but you don't want to. Ill-advised to force it. Let's quickly look at the NC State game. Minus 3.5 and 77.5. Minus 3.5 and 77.5. What do they like here? Small lean to Miami, plus 3.5, but nothing major. That's, again, borderline. A lot of these plays, of course, borderline because the market is so damn tight. That's what you would expect, right? I'm just looking at some stuff here. Yeah. Small. Yeah, the numbers like Miami at 3.5. A little bit. Nothing crazy, but they do. Nothing crazy, but they do. All right, I'll make that a play. It's going to be small, though. Miami, Florida, plus 3.5, minus 120. And that is small or medium small. That is small or medium small. We will grade it medium small. Borderline, we'll grade it medium small. Miami, Florida, plus 3.5. Again, the under and the NC State team total under were plays that I tweeted out earlier. Miami, Florida, plus 3.5, minus 120, graded medium small. And the total's nothing. Let's keep chugging along here. Let's try to look at the Georgia game. Yeah, there's probably nothing there, but let's just look at it. Georgia, 3.5 and 75. 3.5 and 75. What do we have here? Oh, I hate this shit. The numbers pointing to Tennessee a little bit, but small lean to Georgia, team total under at 36.5. Yeah, I like that one. All right, we'll make that one a play. Georgia. Again, there's another one you saw. Under 36.5. Georgia. Team total under 36.5. This is medium, small, or medium. The numbers kind of like it, but they do like it. All right, we'll grade it medium. The numbers like it. Georgia, team total under 36.5. Graded medium. They also like Tennessee, just a little bit. Tennessee, just a little bit. But Georgia, under 36.5, graded medium as a play. And a total of 75. Yeah, nothing really there. All right, let's look at some other stuff. Chugging. Oh, shit, the Georgetown game. Let's look at that. Creighton, Georgetown. Hopefully that is still up. Let's see what we got. Going as fast as we can. As fast as we can here. But not too fast, right? Maintaining our composure at all times. Maintaining our balance and focus at all times. You notice that? You notice that? I'm manic and focused, left of center, but I'm always in control. Controlled chaos. At least when it comes to analyzing college basketball lines. Let's see. Georgetown minus 2.5 and 81. I know Drew Martin liked the under in this game, having nothing to do with his handicapping of this game. Huge shout out to Drew Martin. Wonderful human being. Excellent handicapper. Follow him if you don't already follow him. Get to know him if you don't already know him. Wonderful human being. Lines like Georgetown here a little bit. Minus 2.5. Actually, very small, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. Georgetown minus 2.5. Just a little bit. They like it. Just a little bit. This is going to be a small play, but I'll make it an official play, but really graded small. Georgetown. Minus 2.5. Small. Not even medium small. Georgetown minus 2.5. Graded small. Total. Interesting. Nothing really. Very slightly into the over, but not even bettable. Let's look at some other lines. If there are any, see what's up, see what we have missed. St. Bonaventure game. Indiana Rutgers, we'll look at that one. The Eastern Carolina game, we'll look at that one. Let's look at the Rutgers game here. Seton Hall now winning. Seton Hall now winning. Shout out to everyone who tailed it during this show. Not saying it's going to, they could easily lose it, but nice to see, right? Nice to see Seton Hall winning. Should have made it a bit medium big. Made it just medium, but that's okay. Rutgers winning. Okay. Rutgers minus 0.5 and 68.5. Let's look at this. See what the numbers say. Numbers like the over a little bit, 68.5. Just a little bit. Oh, that's tough. They do like it just a little bit. I won't make that an official play, but they do like it. Let's see. If I'm focused here. Numbers actually slightly into Indiana at plus 0.5. Wow. Look at that. All right, that'll be an official play. Indiana plus 0.5 minus 120 is what I'm seeing. Indiana plus 0.5 minus 120. And they like this one a decent amount. This is also a medium range graded play here. Could be medium big. Yeah, could be medium big. We're going to grade it. I will just stick with it. Just grade it medium. Just grade it medium. But Indiana plus a half point minus 120, graded medium. Or you could take the money line at minus 105 if you wanted to do that. Let's see. Also, the Indiana team total over at 34 is also worth a shot according to these numbers. And we'll make that a play as well. Indiana team total over 34, graded medium small, although that is medium or medium small, borderline there. But Indiana plus a half minus 120, graded medium, and the team total over 34, graded medium small for Indiana. And the numbers also like a little bit, just the over at 68.5 as well. But we won't make that one an official play. Let's look at Tulsa and East Carolina. Let's see if we can find that one. See what's going on there. 30-30 at the half. Let's look at this. Tulsa and East Carolina. See what's going on here. Yeah, nothing really. Nothing really. Wow, nothing really. Dead, everything dead even here. Nothing. Jeez, absolutely nothing on that one. Tulsa, East Carolina, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. All right, UMass and Bonaventure. Let's look at that one. UMass and St. Bonaventure. Quickly look at that one. We've given out a decent quantity of plays here, though, which is nice. UMass and St. Bonaventure. Numbers like, I like UMass a little bit. Numbers like, I think they like UMass here, right? Wait, hold on. Yeah. Nothing crazy, but small lean to UMass also. We'll make that a play. +4 minus 115. UMass +4 minus 115. UMass +4 minus 115. This is also medium range. +4 minus 115, and we'll grade this one medium as well. UMass +4 minus 115, graded medium. And a lean to St. Bonaventure, team total under at 39, minus 115. That'll be a play as well. St. Bonaventure under 39, minus 115. St. Bonaventure, team total under 39, minus 115. That is also medium. That could actually be medium big graded. And that could be graded medium big. Medium or medium big. Let me just quickly make an artistic decision on this one, because the numbers say medium or medium big, whatever I want. Yeah, I'll grade it medium big. What the hell? St. Bonaventure under 39 minus 115 graded medium big, and UMass +4 minus 115 graded medium. And small lean to the under at 74 minus 125 as well. That's justifiable according to these numbers. According to these numbers. Under 74 minus 125, justifiable. VMI Mercer. Let's look at that one. Hopefully that one is still around here. VMI Mercer. Let's try to find that one. We're giving out a decent amount of plays here. Hopefully I don't get burned by this. Hopefully everything turns out okay in the end. VMI Mercer off the board. Already started. Okay. VMI Mercer off the board. Already started. All right, what else do we have? We're giving out a decent amount of plays here today. Decent amount of stuff. I hope you're noticing. All right, everything's off the board, huh? right? Gave out a lot of stuff here. Tell everyone you know. Oh, boy. Intense college basketball, right? Definitely. Whew. I think we're done. Let's check some comments here. Oh, my hair looking a little bit crazy and wacky. That's okay. That's no problem. Okay. Well, I didn't look like I kept it together, but I did. Let's see. So once again, gave out a lot of 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock plays. Once again, the official plays so far, Seton Hall, pick 'em. Seton Hall over 35, South Carolina +2, Evansville +4, Western Carolina over 38, Western Carolina +4, George Mason, moneyline -205, Miami, Florida +3.5, Georgia under 36.5, Georgetown -2.5, Indiana +0.5 -120, Indiana over 34, UMass +4, and St. Bonaventure team total under 39. Damn. Let's see where we are. Let's close everything out. Let's close it all out. Jeez. Intense. Right? Jeez. Let me just get my bearings back here. See what we have on the horizon. Western Carolina rallying. That's good. Evansville up. That's good. Nice to see. UMass starting out nicely. 3-zip. Nice to see. That's it, right? Everything's off the board. Nothing else we can give or bet on, right? Yeah. Okay. And I think we're going to wrap up the show, right? Maybe we'll review the 9 o'clock games or whatever that for people who didn't catch the beginning, although you should be catching the beginning. You got to catch the beginning where we make a few jokes. We talk about life. We talk about sports betting in general, sports betting theory, how to deal with line movements. I talked about, the Paul line movement yesterday, the Mississippi State line movement yesterday. This really should be a must-see TV, in my opinion. Every night, damn it. No, I don't know. Yeah, the 7:30 game coming up. And then 8 o'clock games, but we're not going to wait for those. Although maybe I'll tweet them out if I think there's anything that I really feel good about. What's the 7:30 game that's coming up? It's the St. Joe's game. Yeah, that's an interesting one, but pass on that one, man. All right, so once again, we're going to wrap this show up. An intense show. We've been going for about an hour here, but it's pretty intense. Leonard Porsche really sucks watching this on mute with no captions. Fucking parents and kid killing me. Oh, gosh. Where's Nello I with the pics in the chat? Man, Leonard Porsche. Now you're killing me. Oh, man. Shout out to you, Leonard Porsche. Man, I'm spent, but in a good way. In a good way. Al Hart, Pete, did you say UTEP? I said no. I said under and the UTEP team total under. That's what I said. Again, these are just my opinions here. Happy to share them. 9 o'clock games coming up are interesting. Well, the 8:30 games, again, St. John's team total over, and the over I kind of like. The Notre Dame team total over. The Arkansas game under, although I took that at 146. Now it's down to 142.5. Temple, +4.5. They could get blown out, but I'm just telling you what my numbers say and what I did, And a little bit on the Temple team total over. Penn State, Minnesota, very interesting. I might revisit that after this show. I want to like Penn State here, but Minnesota has very good numbers. My numbers on Minnesota usually are just saying don't bet against this team. But this is a spot where I want to take Penn State at +3. Haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. Auburn, Alabama, total pass. Auburn, awesome, obviously. Rivalry game. What's going to happen with the pace? Total pass. Again, UTSA and UTEP. I took the under, 142, and the UTEP team total under. Boise Air Force, you know how I feel. I think it's a good spot for Boise. Probably going to be high scoring. Boise team total over, probably a decent play. Also leaning Boise -1 and the over on that one at 148.5. New Mexico, Colorado State, kind of like the under at 153.5. The others, Stanford, UCLA, nothing as yet. And that's really it. Let's just look for some comments, see if anyone has any questions, and we will Wrap it up, Tasha M. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the regular viewers of this show. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Ron Lofton, great job, Pete. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Ron Lofton. We'll have more social type fun on Friday. Right now, I'm devoting like 85% of my brain to all these numbers, in college basketball. Let's see. Matt Thurnis, Pete, you are the man. Great show. Thank you so much, Matt Thurnis. You are also the man. FYI. Thank you very much. Alex Quayle, great job, Pete. You put in some fucking work tonight. I did. Yes. I was motoring, starting last night, this morning, this afternoon, right now. Absolutely. But I was focused, right? Focused, going as fast as I could, but not any faster, right? Trying to figure out everything that I could possibly know, but not anything more than I could possibly know, right? Knowing your limits, another piece of life advice, know your limits, right? Big one there. Alex Quayle, Grover Alex, Leonard Portion, everyone. Know your limits. Know thyself. Tasha M, miss you doing NFL. Oh, we're going to be back for NFL, Tasha M. I was up in the Bronx today, which I am a lot now. I was going to make some videos up there maybe, and I started to get some ideas, man. I started to get some ideas on the D train. You know what I'm saying? The D train, Grand Concourse. I started to get some thoughts and visions of shows and videos that might be good for NFL season. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out. Ron Lofton, shout out to you. Nobody knows. I'll try to guess your unders again tomorrow, Pete. Yeah, maybe we could have a little thing, right? Track some attention in this Twitterverse. Maybe you try to guess my unders. Maybe I won't have any though. Tasha M been following you since Odds Couple. Shout out to you, Tasha M. Thank you so much. Aaron 007, that's a serious subway ride. Yes. But for the creative types like me, yes, I am the creative type. It can be a welcome respite, however you pronounce it. And yeah, I started to have some ideas and thoughts and visions, possible video content for NFL. Ron Lofton, my wife lets me know my limits are. Yes, that's the other thing. You don't necessarily have to know yourself if you have a trusted confidant who knows you and you trust them 100%. Yes. Know thyself, asterisk, unless you know someone else who knows you and you trust them 100%. Yes. That is your wife knowing you can be an acceptable substitute, an acceptable proxy for you knowing yourself, Ron Lofton. Absolutely. That is fine. That is not a cop-out. That's great. Kind of like arranged marriages. You know what I mean? Arranged marriages, it's actually a good idea, right? Because most people are way too stupid and fucked up to be able to choose a good life partner for themselves, right? So it's the same thing with knowing yourself and knowing your limits. If you have someone else letting you know what your limits are, that can be very valuable. Very valuable, Ron Lofton. You sound like you might have a good wife. If you have a good wife, Ron Lofton, you lucked out. That is an incredible advantage to have a life to to have a life partner with good character. Ron Lofton, LOL, Nasty Nate, shout out to you. We'll wrap this up in a second. Just looking at comments, looking at some other stuff. Let's see. Chris Comatini, shout out to you. I love this show. Thank you very much, Chris Comatini. I love you. Ron Parks, you were in the zone, Pete. Yeah. I'm in a zone. I hope it turns out to be the zone. It could be, some other zone. Lots of zones you can be in. There's only one good one. And I hope I'm in that one today and tonight. Tasha M, you like Auburn? No, that game is a total and complete pass, Tasha. Although it does have second half written all over it. So I might tweet out a second half play on that one. But pregame, total pass. And I think that is just about it. Oh, someone asked about Oklahoma State. Mr. Gogster. That is an interesting game. I didn't mention it. We might as well mention it. Anyone's listening, I purposely didn't mention Oklahoma State. It's a tough game, right? In general, Shaka Smart, I think, is a great coach. Remember, he was the guy who led VCU to that Final Four run. I don't like betting against Shaka Smart in general. His teams do not tend to be overvalued. They tend to either be appropriately valued or undervalued. My numbers like Oklahoma State here, though. And this is also one of those games where there's a super low total, where my numbers say that there's small value with the over. So you got, my numbers liking Oklahoma State at -3, but I hate betting against Shaka Smart. And my numbers saying that there's small value with an over a super low total. They also say there's small value with the Oklahoma State team total over. So yeah, I think that the Oklahoma State team total over, at like 63 or something might be a play. Yes, I do like Oklahoma State team total over 62.5, 63. Not sure it is now. That's a tricky game. Again, though, my numbers like the over despite the low total. And wait, did that game start? Oh yeah, that game's off. That game started. Sorry about that. We were talking about, I thought it was a 9 o'clock game. It's an 8 o'clock game. That game has started. All right, I got to go. That's my cue to end the show. We'll be back tomorrow. Catch y'all then. Thanks so much.